Okay, everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of the podcast. We have our usual hosts of me and Noctis here. Noctis, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Right now, I got a handful of sugar glider.
What are sugar gliders before people who are definitely not me come up with very weird images in their head?
Tiny little flying squirrels, pretty much.
That
Very
honestly
large.
does not help. But if you are at home and you don't know what a sugar glider is, Google it. Because it's more reliable than anything I'm getting
Yeah.
out of
Fun,
Noctis,
fun fact:
apparently.
there was
I
there
think
was like
flying
a
squirrels works.
what are they called? A craft fair I went to when I was younger, and in this craft fair there was a man who was selling like these he did wood carving, and in his breast pocket was a sugar glider.
Oh,
It
all
was
right.
so fucking cute. Everybody wanted to pet it.
I still have no idea what this is, so I have very weird images in my head. But
Maybe you should Google it.
as they are
Oh,
talking,
you know
maybe
that.
I will. Let's introduce our lovely guests here. We have LadyBardOwl and Lila. Feel free to say hi, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
So today, guys, is our first themed episode. We brought on a veteran affiliate, as an affiliate who has been affiliate longer than I have, even if
Oh my
just by a
God.
few hours, but it works for the clickbait. And then we brought a very new affiliate who recently got affiliate through Project Leap, hashtag Project Leap. And
Hashtag shameless.
hashtag shameless, hashtag, shamelessly promoting others. Yes, ultimate shame. We're going to just be, discussing things between it. We wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what the views of streaming is like between a new streamer and a veteran streamer. Hashtag Lila stream longer than I have.
Oh my
And,
God.
we'll just see what the comparisons are. If there's things are the same, if they're different, if everyone wants to be a pro gamer like Noctis, I mean, just the important questions.
Well, that's not happening for me, so that last part.
I don't know. Noctis, do you want to start us off? Do you want to pick a question?
Well, I guess I would say like anybody can be a pro gamer. To be fair, like there's no rules for what incorporates a pro gamer. So that's my line of thinking. But let's see. No, you ask me questions like this.
I was gonna say I was question
Okay.
more on topic, not the pro gamer question.
All right.
But sure.
like you said, anybody can be one.
Hey, you ever
So,
watch
I guess,
Ratatouille? You ever watch Ratatouille? Anyone can be a chef.
Exactly. So okay, let's start with Lila. How did you get your start streaming?
Wow. Asking the tough questions. Well, technically, I have been curious about streaming for a while, and I did a couple random streams, and then kind of found a community where I met tFay, and I don't really remember why, but I think I just decided to go for it, and I don't know, just kind of went from there.
I think
Me?
I'm pretty sure that your logic was you were like, I'm scared of doing this, but worst case scenario, nobody watches me. So it's okay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm sorry, I missed the question because my internet decided to shit its pants.
No worries, Bart. The question was just what made you want to start becoming a streamer?
Partially, I am a huge a social butterfly. I love meeting new people and talking to them. I've always loved entertaining people. I was kind of the class clown in high school.
Man, I haven't heard that term in so long.
Was the last time when your college professor said stop being a class clown?
Yeah, joke's on you. You think I went to an engineering school. All right, you know what a class clown is? Somebody who makes a joke. That's about the most that you get out of class clowning at an engineering school. All right,
We're the guy that tried to use standard measurements instead of the metric system. That's the class clown.
We literally were hype when someone had a time turner from Harry Potter. All right, we're just all a bunch of nerds. All right, we don't have the cool kids are the nerds in an engineering school. All right, you're in the pep band. You are popular. You're a football player. Nobody gives a shit. I wish I was joking.
To continue my thought process, on top of that, I've always loved playing video games. My entire life, since I was like 7 years old. My very first video game was Spyro the Dragon on the PlayStation 1.
Hashtag variety streamer. Everyone's a variety streamer. Noctis.
I will
remember one of
stream
my
any
first
and
games,
anything
too.
under this. I'm still trying to figure out what is my niche, honestly. But I failed out of college twice.
Hey,
And
same.
I felt like I had no prospects. And then my mother, my father, and my boyfriend all banded together. They pitched in $500 each to help me build this PC.
Well,
And
so when you went to start streaming, how did you pick your first video game?
I just went with something that I was familiar with, that I have a lot of
Wait, what
fun
was
with.
the first video game? I guess to clarify on that question.
I think the very first one I streamed back in January or February was Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Interesting. All right. So why did you pick that?
I thought it would be entertaining to watch. There's a lot of cutscenes, so I wouldn't have to talk a lot. Because I wasn't used to talking yet. And I had been for like a month watching all these tip videos on how to be a better content creator. I was reading all of these articles and guides on, what not to do and what not to do when streaming and shit like that. And so I was like, I'm not used to talking to myself. I will forget. There will be silence. I might as well play a game that has a lot of NPCs talking.
Okay, how about the same for you, Lila? What game did you stream first, and how did you pick it?
This is an interesting question, because technically, the first game I ever streamed was The Witcher 3 for my Xbox, and I picked it because I just wanted to see what streaming would be like, and I was playing the game. The first time I streamed on Twitch, it was Celeste because I thought it would be entertaining. And the first time I started streaming, the first game I started with once I started trying to take it more seriously was Coffee Talk, I think it's called.
Oh, I remember you streaming that. Hashtag veteran mod who's never here.
And how do I choose games? All of those games are very different. So to answer your question, I have ADHD and I will just choose a game that I'm interested in because I know I will be able to talk about it and talk in general.
All right, so it's basically like I don't actually care if people are necessarily going to want to watch this or how popular it is. It's will I even be able to talk while playing it? If yes, then it's good.
Well, there's a balance. Like, I usually would play, I mean, maybe not at the time, but now I usually play some balance between popular games and games that I just want to play.
Is there like I'm a math person here. It's such a math question. Is there a ratio that you use between balancing popular versus interest?
Usually if it has at least like 100 or more people that'll watch and it's like not just one streamer playing it, then I'm like, okay, well, people might be interested in this game and I am too, so let me give it a try.
All right. BardOwl, is there do you consider popularity to any degree on your end?
Not at all. I don't give a fuck. I just do what I want. If people like it, cool. If they don't, I'm not gonna like kill myself over it. Like I said, I'm still trying to find my niche. I'm still trying to find what, gets me up there. I get maybe 2 or 3 people watching my streams at a time still.
Makes sense. Yeah, that is something I've told to a bunch of people when they're commenting on, they're not feeling comfortable about this, they're not sure to go. I'm like, well, then pick a day or a bunch of days where you don't feel are the more popular days and just experiment, right? There's nothing wrong with experimenting and trying to find your niche first. It is much better to use your early days to find your niche rather than to, let's say, oh, Animal Crossing's popular. I'm going to be an Animal Crossing streamer. And then 6 months later, we're waiting for 1.6.1.3 because they're still slow with their patches. And then you have like no content because you've already found Marshall 10 times. And then you're like, well, I can't stream anything else. Because you don't have any other kind of niche under your belt. You just pick something that was popular.
Yeah.
So
I pretty much just go for what I want. Because I'm more inclined to do it if I want to do it.
Yeah.
I would say if you're going to start streaming, just pick a game and go. I don't think it matters. When you worry about viewers, I think you're thinking wrong. If that's what your goal is when you're starting streaming. You just gotta start.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I remember, this wasn't when I started. This is, I think, a month or two ago. But like, Noctis was like, tFay, I don't know how you did it, but you are literally the only person on Twitch playing this Professor Layton game right now. I'm like, awesome. I know Rosie has done something similar with her Ham Taro Fun Time game. I can never remember the actual name of that game, but holy hell.
My sister loves Hamtaro so much.
Well, it's Hamtaro Heartbreak, by the way.
Damn it! See, I never remember what it's called. 100% failed. I'm just proving my own point. But that's not my point. My point is, it is okay if nobody wants to watch it because you can also just think of it as practice.
True.
Right? And speaking of practice, right? So like, LadyBardOwl's doing this, not too long, right? She's just getting confidence for herself. All right. What about you, Lila? Since you've been doing this longer than I have,
oh my god.
Hashtag definitely longer than I have. Do you feel you have confidence in streaming now? Does like years of experience bring confidence to you?
No. Definitely not.
You can tell LadyBardOwl was expecting a vastly different answer.
What?
Oh yeah. All right, tFay owes me $100.
What?
When we discussed that question, I was like, I don't know. I don't know how LBL is gonna answer. I think I know Lila well enough. She's gonna say no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah, I definitely bet money that Lila was going to be confident. Oh yeah, 100% bet on that.
Haha. So funny. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's confidence? Don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I am actually not nervous while streaming. At all.
Which is good.
I'm not nervous about it's not the nervousness for me.
I don't know. Even I like, all right, not that I'm as much a veteran as Lila. Yes, I'm using this bit all
my god.
I'll podcast, obviously, but like, those like 5 minutes before a stream starts, I don't know how, like, I know some people don't have timers on their starting soon screens.
Oh my
it's
god.
like so important. So important. You're just there. You're ready to go, right? You're ready to go. Like you're in your chair, you have your stream up, you're seeing everyone join the chat and talk to each other, and you basically ignore them and you're like, nope. I'm not starting again until I'm ready. I'm just gonna wait. You guys can all sit there because you have to kind of like mentally get yourself in the zone.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I don't have a timer.
Oh no,
I'm not doing that.
I don't have a timer either. But basically, what I do when I start my stream is I'll have the stream starting screen up, and that's because I am going in all the Discord channels and all the Discord servers I've got and advertising like crazy.
Oh yeah, that. Oh my gosh, how come we didn't
Then I
write that
start the
down as a
stream after
question?
I'm done advertising. No hesitation. I don't care.
And that could be a topic all by itself.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh. Man, these self-promotion
Networking is important,
channels.
my friends.
Self-promotion channels. All right. I mean, yeah. So Lila, do you still use self-promotion channels?
Sometimes, and it's like 3 Discords, and it's the ones that I'm active in for the most part.
Yeah, so it's a very controversial thing. And you know, anyone listening, feel free to throw in the chat or the comments or whatever on Twitter. Like, do you
On
value?
Twitter.
Do you like think, you know, self-promoting channels are important? Should you always use it no matter how popular you are? I've seen people who say people with over X amount of viewers should not use self-promotion channels because they're clogging up the channels and they're taking away, you know, potential views for other people who are trying to start out. This is legitimately an argument I've seen from people.
I have not seen that argument before.
my argument Okay,
Sorry.
I was gonna say my argument for self-promotion channels is when it's a channel devoted solely to people shouting themselves out, it doesn't mean much to me. For me, I people that are active in Luna and then mention they stream, I'm more likely to go check out than a self-promotion.
Yeah.
Because these channels, especially on these more active Discords, just get so many people constantly posting in there that you start to get numb to it.
Yeah. I was going to say that I have heard the argument of not having a self-promotion channel, like, for that reason. And, like, if you stream and if you're a part of the community, then you're going to get promoted, like, for the most part, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
So I can argue this is like kind of counterintuitive, right? I stopped using self-promotion channels quite a while ago, and not so much for the reasons you may think. I got lazy. I was tired of doing LadyBardOwl's bit because I used to be like that. I'd go through every single self-promotion channel and post in all of them. And I literally got tired of it. At the same time, I love my self-promotion channel because it's literally the only way I know anyone's live. So, like, because I don't sit there on Twitch. I use my self-promotion channel to know when my community is live. And so I know, like, you know, I say, all right, do I want to watch them? I can go there. Now, I'm not going to, like, if we have someone join Luna because they hear that Noctis is there and, you know, they're in love with him, which is great. But they never are active in anywhere and they just post in self-promotion, I'm never going to click that link.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
but like,
why I only post in the few places that I'm active.
So, like, I think self-promotion channels, I mean, if you're a new streamer, you know, post all over the place. It can't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing wrong with posting in self-promotion channels. It's more like, don't go crazy over it, or if you're too tired, don't feel like you have to do it, or whatever. Fun fact, I see someone asking in the chat about who's actually come from a self-promo channel. So many people in my community know the streamer Lucilia, who's a fairly solid streamer. Decent, great view count, very, you know, a couple thousand followers, you know,
popular enough she didn't want to be on the podcast. We couldn't believe it.
So fun
we
fact,
put out the invitation, she said no.
Fun fact, I found her when she was at 26 followers through a self-promo channel. And I said, hi, I found you through a self-promo channel and I didn't know who you were, so I just clicked on it. And then I got her to a affiliate that day because I was like, why not? And now she's one of the biggest streamers that I watch. So
yeah. That's been wild.
For anyone who says that self-promo channels never help anyone.
Yeah.
You know, there's always the chance. There's always the chance, right? Oh my. But yeah, no. Okay. So, Noctis, do you have a question?
No, I was gonna say, so have you guys picked up any habits while streaming? I'm kind of like, so I guess, like what I noticed this the other day is, my mom wanted to give me, some money for dinner, and before streaming, I usually said no. I felt uncomfortable taking money from anyone. Streaming kind of got me more comfortable with that idea.
Meh.
with the idea of like subs and stuff like that, bits. Just kind of you say thank you, you appreciate it, and you have to just it's I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever had that problem.
Yes. I am still struggling with the idea of the fact that a ton of strangers eventually may be giving me money. And that's why I try to give 110% of myself in my streams. Because I feel like I need to earn that money.
That is true. Or you can just have really cute emotes. That also does it. Looking
Oh
at
my
you,
God.
all the people
Well, I'm
subscribe to
already-
whiskey.
I'm already a really cute girl, so that's a plus.
That does help. That does help. Unless you're a VTuber, in which case it doesn't actually matter what you look like. But
No, I use my
True.
actual face.
Actual face.
actual face. You do realize we're a bunch of
Oh my gosh.
VTubers right now in this podcast.
Oh my
So
God.
say-
What is that?
You guys are PNGs? What the
Yeah,
hell?
I was gonna say.
Noctis is
I
like,
have
I'm
a
not a
face.
PNG. I am a JPEG, and I'm proud of it.
Are you serious?
What is this?
Are you a
PNG?
JPEG, Noctis?
No, you can't have transparency in the background with a JPEG.
I was
No,
gonna
no, no.
say, I
This
don't
is how
know.
pro Noctis is. He actually just cut
There
out
we
the
go.
background, put his image on top of it, and so it just blends in. Pro strats.
I mean, I guess I could be a TIFF, a TIF. That one, I'm just thinking of all the different file types that
Oh my
preserve
gosh.
transparency.
Yeah, we're P-tubers.
Yeah, for I mean, completely unrelated streaming, but if you're ever saving a file, I always recommend checking what the file type is. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it is not saving to what you think it is, and then you send it to someone and they can't open it because they don't know how file types work either. And then it's a gong show.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
When you said P-tubers, my brain went yellow showers.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
totally
it's like,
what I meant.
so I do try to say PNG tubers generally because people want to say
Sorry.
P tubers to distinguish, or I guess for anyone who doesn't know, VTuber usually refers to commonly a 3D or a semi 3D model, right? That can like
Yeah,
move
yeah,
and
yeah. I
interact.
experimented a little bit with those.
Right. So if you're just using an image that like lights up whenever you're talking, people typically call those PNG tubers or P tubers, for short. And then
Verizar does that.
and if there happens to be any similarities to any funny words that people might laugh and giggle about, I am completely innocent of this.
I'm an adult.
Potty humor is my favorite humor.
Don't
But,
use
you
the word virtual here. What?
I don't know. So wait. So I don't wait. Did I completely miss it? Did we actually get an answer on habits after Noctis like gave us an example?
No, we did not.
No, and I forgot the question also.
Have you picked up any habits once you started streamings?
Oh.
So like what kind of stuff are we talking?
Like let's say for example, I'm just gonna pick stuff out at random here. Definitely nothing to do with me. I ended up into a habit of paying people money to make me obscene amount of art. That definitely is a habit that started after after my friend started streaming. Yeah, definitely not me.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Definitely not me. Definitely don't have art to show off after the podcast ends. What? No, that's definitely not a thing. But some people like to say, maybe they ended up exercising more because they're always sitting down all the time. Maybe they're always eating more because of the stress. Maybe they became more social. Maybe they became more antisocial. Maybe they ended up picking up World of Warcraft again because they wanted to stream World of Warcraft and then they became addicted and started playing it off stream. So on and so. That one actually isn't me. I've never played World of Warcraft before. But my point is examples.
I find that while I am streaming, I stay hydrated more because talking dries out my mouth. So I have a big purple water bottle. It's a gallon full of ice water.
Hydrating is important.
I also keep snacks near my desk now.
Also smart. Also smart. What about you, Lila?
Yes. I've been sitting here trying to think about it, and mostly I think I have just developed a habit of buying too many video games.
Hey, I mean, there are worse habits.
I mean,
Oh,
my
yeah.
There are better-
Steam library has grown and grown, but I've also beaten games, however that phrase,
Hell yeah.
whatever.
What is that like?
Like that one game Amnesia: The Dark Descent that I beat mostly without running.
I have to interrupt
Oh,
our
never
podcast for a
forget.
quick PSA. If you're playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent, you can run.
Yes, just in case you are me and are excellent at games, just so you know, you can run.
Yes, that is a thing.
and
I walked so you could run.
I run so far away.
So,
Except I didn't. I just died.
as people who've been around my channel once or twice may know, I do put a lot of time into the setup of my stream, whether it be, extensions, channel point rewards, panels, 1 art, 2 art, 15 arts.
27 arts.
27 arts, over 9,000 arts. So, for any of you guys, Noctis, feel free to chime in too. How do you set up? Do you have any particular process for setting up your stream? Are there things you want to make sure are perfect, or do you just turn the stream on and say whatever?
I mean, I guess so. My if I were to, let's say, I'm planning on playing Mass Effect, and what I'm thinking I'm doing
I
is
want
setting up
that
a
so
new.
bad.
I've been
know, right?
playing that.
I plan
So
on
what I'm
streaming it when I get it. Go ahead. I'm
I'll
sorry.
probably no, it's all good. Is start with the overlay. Once I get the overlay designed, then I go into Streamlabs, make sure you have all your basics. You want to make sure you have your mic set up, camera set up, all that stuff, and then just make sure sound alerts is where I like it. And usually I'll play around with different layouts. And I've even went back before and readjusted my overlay to fit stuff better, and then came back.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about you, Lila or BardOwl? Do you guys do anything for do you make your own overlays? Do you use an overlay? I know some people don't just literally put a camera on the game and they're there, or some people don't even turn on the camera. They just have game.
I use a free overlay you can find on Streamlabs. Because I don't know how to make the shit. I'm too lazy to make the shit.
That's
I
fair.
might see about having the artist I hired make some for me. She's offered to do so. So we'll probably work on that together. I would
That's-
probably only use one overlay ever. I don't feel like
Yeah.
changing my overlay for every single game I try to play.
Yeah,
Basically,
why
just
not?
one
Yeah.
thematic
Right?
overlay that fits my name, LadyBardOwl. So it'll probably have owls on it. It'll probably have flowers on it because I love flowers.
Well, to be
And
fair, Noctis is really good at making overlays.
Yeah, true.
One of the few things in life I can be creative on.
I'm sorry. Continue, BardOwl.
no, it's good. It's good. Other than that, yeah, no. I'm way too lazy to keep switching overlays. Way too lazy.
That's fair. That's fair. You're definitely not going to see me switching overlays. Definitely not. Definitely not today. Nope. That's definitely not a thing.
Oh my
I'm also
God.
not into the overlays that I like the game to be full screen on the background. I don't like the overlays where the game's in a corner or something like that. No. So I'll probably have a frame around my camera or my video, and the game, and then my chat box on the side, and that's it. That's all I need.
What about you, Lila? Also, I need to get a water, so talk to Noctis.
I'm confused as usual because I thought the question was, how do you prepare to start your stream? But if we're talking about setup and layouts,
Either way, it when we had talked about setup of it, like because everyone does it differently.
True.
So I was like, when I thought of it, I thought of like your actual setup, like Twitch extensions, stuff like that. What do you use? What do you like?
Well, I am similar where as LadyBardOwl, where I like to have the game be like the main focus.
Mhm.
So I typically like I have a border around my camera, and I have like my background set up in a very specific way to look a very specific way, and I also fidget with the camera settings to look a certain way and all of that. I fidget with everything, and I also check all of that stuff before I start stream.
Mhm.
I pretty much just have. Sometimes I have a little bit more on the screen, sometimes less, but usually it's just my face. Sometimes I have a little moth that is actually my 12-month sub badge, and it's also like a little counter for subs for my sub goals. But yeah, I generally like the game to be the main focus.
Yeah, same.
And then I just have like my different screens and such.
So I guess to distinguish between Lila and Barty here. So Lila, as the veteran here, have you ever found yourself like wishing that you had overlays, and then maybe you decided later that like no, it's not for you, whatever. But like, you ever have like streams where like, my gosh, I feel like this stream would be a lot better if I had some cool overlay.
Maybe Pokemon is probably literally the only thing I can think of that I've played that I could use an overlay for. Sometimes if it's like a retro game, then it's kind of like square shaped, and I feel like that kind of needs some sort of overlay. Also, I have done other things like Lego builds before, and that requires a whole different overlay.
Oh gosh,
But
yes. I can imagine.
yeah, generally no. I'm pretty happy with the game being the focus without the like fancy overlay.
What about like the hidden stuff or the underlays, as we might call it? Like Twitch extensions, sound alerts, so all the things that you could add to your stream that don't add a visual component, but can drastically change the way that your stream is viewed.
I've got alert box. I've got sound alerts. I've got a chat box frame. I have an overlay for Discord when I'm playing games with other people, so that their little faces pop up in the corner. Other than that, no.
Yeah, I have similar stuff. I also have sound alerts. I have some special alerts for certain bit and dollar amounts that have not been actually seen on stream before, but they do exist, and I do want to set some more different alerts for things. And then trying to think of what else I have really on there. It's mostly just sound alerts, and then I have some channel point redemptions.
All right.
Here's a question for you guys. This is more related to OBS and Streamlabs. Do you guys keep your viewer count hidden from you, or do you keep an eye on that at all times?
I'll sometimes check it occasionally. I don't have 2 monitors right now, so
I will
usually
add as an
have-
addendum, just for clarity's sake, you can actually get your view count to appear in your chat as well.
I
continue.
have the Streamlabs app on my tablet, and I'll usually have my chat pulled up on that. But other than that,
Well, no, so not the chat, but like your actual viewer count. Like,
yeah, I know.
Do you have your viewer count pulled up?
No, I don't usually.
What about
I
you,
feel like
Lila?
if I had my viewer count pulled up all the time, I'd be constantly worried about it, and I don't need to do that.
What's it count? Yeah, I pretty much always have mine on. It stresses me out seeing it, and it stresses me out more not seeing it. So I have it on. I try not to pay too much attention to it. I moved it to a position where I have to like turn and look all the way at the other end of the screen from where the game and chat and everything is. So it isn't my main focus. But mostly I'm just trying to accept it. I just don't like to talk about it.
I mean, I generally
On
general
stream.
advice for any streamer of any level: don't talk about your viewer count on stream.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like general good to know Twitch etiquette. Most people don't want to talk about their view counts on
Like,
stream.
The streamer can mention it, but
yeah, the streamer
because,
can
like,
mention
when you
it.
get rated
but,
by,
oh my God.
when you get a big raid, it's pretty crazy to look down and see 30 people in your viewer count. Even if it dissipates, because it always will, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, it will eventually dissipate. It's cool for that like brief moment. Hell yeah, double digits.
Yeah, I always just make it an extreme value, so I always say 50,000 when I'm referring to a view count, just so I can make view count comments, but make it so ridiculous nobody thinks that I'm actually like referring to a view count or looking down on people with like lower or higher view counts. I'm just like, there's 50,000 people watching the podcast right now, all right? And all 49,000 of you who are not yet following Noctis, go ahead and do that.
Jesus Christ.
That would be a lot.
Can you imagine suddenly 49,000 followers are just like spamming
think
Noctis's channel?
Twitch would be like spam.
Yep,
Bots.
my account would be flagged. I would be stopped. Sorry, this has to be a bot attack.
You'd be done.
Oh my gosh, that would be very rough. Yeah, I find that typically people look at view counts for one of two reasons. They either, need to like they freak out of the unknown, as Lila said, like you don't know how many viewers
Yeah.
there are, right? And on the off chance that you're have a dead chat, knock on wood, we don't want dead chats around here. But if you have a dead chat, then you can at least say, hey, all right, at least I have a chat. There are people watching me, they're just not talking, right? But then you have the other people who they have such high expectations, so it's like, all right, I'm playing Mass Effect. I'm the only one on Twitch playing Mass Effect right now, so I expect 30 viewers, right? And then you're getting like, 15, and they're like, God, all right, well, I don't even, why do I even stream? And then people just like freak out, they get depressed on stream, and people get affected, which is why you'll hear a lot turn off your view count. But it is a personal choice.
Yeah.
I am very laissez-faire. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna stress myself over it. I'd much rather just focus on on what I'm doing than if people are watching or not. Because, again, I just started. I'm not gonna have people watching anyway.
Hey. Don't look down on yourself like that. All right. That is a bad attitude to have. Do not just assume
No, but like,
that people are not
I
going
just
to watch.
started. I don't have a lot of followers. Not a lot of people are watching right now. That doesn't mean I'm still
do
not
what
gonna keep trying.
You could do what I did and just got drunk and called yourself a pro gamer.
I mean,
I'm reluctant to
uh,
get drunk on streams just because I don't want that becoming a thing people expect me to start doing more often, and drinking frequently is bad for your health.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say, as someone who has gotten drunk on stream multiple times and has seen people in the community getting drunk on stream multiple times, as long as you're not doing it every single stream, it's generally not that hard to avoid that stereotype. As long as you just like,
Yeah.
If you're literally drinking every single stream and getting drunk every single stream, well, what's wrong with you? Like, if you're doing it, like if you have special events, you get drunk, or like you have your particular games or whatever, or you just charity events, whatever, right? Then yeah, no one's gonna assume, oh, you're gonna get drunk just because you're just celebrating graduating something. I'm not actually sure where I was going with that. I was about to say high school. I'm like, wait, no, we're not promoting drinking for graduating high school. That is not a
Oh my
thing.
God damn it! God damn it, tFay.
What is this turning into? What kind of channel is this? Mine? tFay?
Yes. What,
Just making sure you're okay there.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm drinking water, all right? You can't tell, but I'm drinking water.
Okay,
All right?
okay.
I want on record. I want on record. All
Okay,
right?
you're drinking water.
I'm drinking water.
Why don't we
Now.
all drink some water? I'm
First
gonna
someone
drink some
drinking.
water.
Everyone drink some water. Everyone listening, hydrate. If you're in the
Water is
chat,
good for you.
hydrate. If you're watching this on YouTube, hydrate. If you're in a car listening to this on Spotify, on your way to work to refill on water because you somehow don't use the sink, hydrate anyway.
Nothing like a good old shot of water.
Be more prepared next
You
time.
don't have a
if
drink
you
near
don't have
you,
water
pee in a
with you.
bottle. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm not recommending that, but you know, if you're on
Sometimes
an
you
island,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, if you're
okay?
if you really need it,
You
that
really
is a
need it.
survival technique.
Yes.
Speaking of
hybrid.
speaking of surviving.
Nice segue there.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I find that one
Yeah.
thing that many streamers need to survive. Yeah, you see what I'm doing here? Are mods, right? Mods are like the undervalued, literally unpaid workers that make Twitch possible.
Yes.
I don't
All
have
right.
any of those, so I don't know what that's like.
Well, see, that was about to be my question, right? Like, do you have mods? If so, how many mods? And how would you decide who should be a mod? So I guess LadyBardOwl started off with, you don't have mods. When would you... are you planning on getting mods anytime soon? Is there a requirement? How do you pick a mod?
I don't even know how to whatever. Yeah, no clue.
Yeah, I'd say tFay has a pretty unique take on mods. Like, I've even known streamers that have like made you fill out applications to be a mod.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
As opposed,
Yeah.
which I think, to me, I think it's a bit extreme. Mostly because you can always take that power away at any point.
I can see the merits behind it depending on the situation, though.
I guess it depends on the number of people that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
My channel's so small, I don't even think I really need mods right now. Like, I don't have enough people that watch regularly to have mods yet.
I could argue yes and no. It depends on what you want your mods to be doing. So mods have many different roles. If you're
Okay.
going with the argument of mods are the ones who will be shouting out when there's raids or maybe banning someone or whatever, then sure, you could argue you can do that yourself. You don't necessarily need mods. You don't have that many people in your chat. Yada, 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 right? But there's also some people, and I've been modded for this reason many times, who are starting off and mod me because they literally don't know what they're doing, and they want someone to help guide their channel, like set up commands, figure out this, what should you do with this case, and generally, the people who are going to be helping you need some kind of powers on your channel, and so they get modded. I've been modded on over 10 channels for that exact reason.
Okay,
Gotcha.
stop flexing. Keep going.
Well, I'm getting like a lot of hydrates here, so I have to keep drinking.
Fair enough.
But my point is like, yeah, and as Nana said, you can demod someone at any time, and we have someone in the live chat asking, is there a time where you have too many mods? Right? What do you think, Lila? Can you have too many mods?
I don't know. Probably. If your entire chat is mods, then you probably have too many mods.
So
Oh, man.
that's it. All right.
So
So
shade.
there's a question, right? So if your entire chat's mods, right? Is that, and there's the thing of like, why is there only why is it only a mod chat, and is that really a bad thing? So I was just on a stream recently, right? And that streamer has had over 10 different mods talking in the chat, right? Keep in mind, like, 10 different people actively talking is pretty good for most streams, but they just all happen to be mods. And I was like, is this, I mean, people are talking. This isn't like only one person talking at the same time. So I'm like, is this too many mods? And the view count was like over 50. And I was like, the ratio's good.
Yeah, but
honestly,
the people that you mod usually are the people that are always in chat. They're trustworthy people that you can trust to be there. So you give them the mod sword, and I think every now and then you'll just have like a weird lineup where everybody that you mod happens to be there.
Sure, it could have just been a day like that.
I mean, if you join a chat and it's nothing but mods, there's a feeling of like exclusivity. So when it's nothing but mods and VIP diamonds and you join, you do feel a little out of place. Like, okay,
Right.
so this is a cool friends club that I don't know anyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, that's why people don't like have a hard time, right? Joining communities of like the big streamers of like 300 people in the chat, all talking really, really fast. And then you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
I'm terrified of that eventuality.
What, the
Terrified.
eventuality of like having so many people in your chat?
That the chat just turns into fucking the Flash. Yeah.
There are ways of doing that. So for anyone who doesn't know, slowdown is a thing. So
Mhm.
you literally can like slow down the speed of your chat if you're having a hard time following along. That's also why, you have mods who can delete spam messages. You can enforce that people just use highlight my message so it's easier to see important things. And if you end up missing messages, right, this goes for everyone, just say I'm having a hard time following chat. If I don't respond to something, feel free to say it again. You know?
I would say you need chat just for those odd big follows. Come get more followers and blah blah blah.
Oh god.
These bots you get. I
Yeah.
modded for a guy. We had 100 bots over the course of
Oh my
3
God.
hours. Like
I've
it was
gotten
insane.
3 of those bots in the entire time I've been streaming.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that newer affiliates get them a little bit more than others.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't get them as often anymore. It's mostly actual trolls now.
Twitch said they were going to try and crack down on it a bit, and I think they actually managed to do something they wanted to.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, I assume at least 99% of people don't fall for the bots.
You would think, but all it takes is
Well, I do say 99%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is a 1%. There's a 1% for everything.
It's the same premise as a real money trader in any fucking MMORPG.
Yeah, I mean, just think. There actually is a 1% of the world who doesn't enjoy the Luna Lounge podcast. I mean, that's crazy. We're like the totally most experienced, not new podcast ever.
Yeah, this isn't the third episode at all, right?
That bit would have been a lot better if you weren't so hesitant on the third.
Third?
Like, well, it took her a second to count the 3 episodes.
Yeah,
She had to use her fingers.
I did. I really did. How many weeks has it been? What is time? What day? What year?
What I mean, I don't know. In streaming, if you stream enough, you kind of just lose track of time. It's like
It's all a blur.
it's not days of the week. It's what game am I streaming that day?
Okay, so how for both Lila and LBO who don't stream every day like tFay, how do you choose what days you want to stream? Out of curiosity.
I have a set schedule because I need that structure or else I won't do it. So I And I move the schedule around right now, especially since I'm still playing around with what feels comfortable for me. I'm new, not really sure where to go. I watched some videos recently that showed what days are usually the most popular for streamers. And I decided, I'm not going to stream on Saturdays. I don't stream on Monday and Tuesday anymore because I also play Final Fantasy 14 and I am a guild leader in my guild. And those are the days we do guild events. So I stream Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. And I try to keep consistent because to build a following, you gotta have consistency.
Not wrong. But
Yeah.
like, dang, I can't stream because I am a guild leader. I am flexing that. I have to lead the troops. I can't stream Final Fantasy 14. I have to focus on my guild.
Final
Responsibility.
Fantasy. So there's a couple games that I know for a fact I will never stream because they are my respite games. They're the games I go to that aren't my job.
That's actually a very interesting segue. Do you see streaming as any kind of job or whatever? Like between the veteran and the non-veteran, I guess.
Oh, this 100% is my dream career, and I am going to bust my ass building it.
Wait, you got to specify this. Being a guild leader?
Streaming, YouTube, being a content creator.
Ah, okay. I was gonna be
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say being a guild leader is a very strange dream job.
I don't get paid for that one. That one's for funsies.
What about you?
I originally started this not really thinking it would go anywhere, and it has turned into something that I really, really love doing, and it's been helpful to help supplement our income, and I would like for it to continue to grow. I really love it, and it's hard to find something that I love enough to stick with for as long as I have. So,
Preach.
Have you looked at the cost ratio of money coming in versus all the Bean Boozled beans you've eaten in the last 6 months?
Well, funny story.
Wow.
I got pancreatitis, and then I got laryngitis. So I was pretty sick for about a month and a half. And
Jesus.
so I was unable to stream, lost a lot of steam, super fun. But yeah, so I haven't been eating those beans lately because I'm trying to let my body heal.
That's smart. Also, I would also recommend not consistently eating those beans, even if you're healthy, because
I mean,
they're
yes,
disgusting.
that's why I would only eat them when paid to do so, not for fun.
Can you imagine? You go to a friend's house, like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to play Switch? Like, nah. You want to eat some
Let's
beans?
eat
Hell
them
yeah! Let's eat some beans. That's
Hell
fun.
yeah. Earwax, puke, delicious.
Oh my. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a colonoscopy I gotta go to. I can't miss that.
Oh my god. No. I mean, I think I would probably do the Bean Boozled, I gotta say. If we're gonna do this or that.
So this is technically an old question because someone in the chat said this a while ago. But would you rather have a really high view count with a completely dead chat? So I'm just gonna make up numbers. 40 people with like one person talking occasionally, or a really active chat of just like one or two people, but and they're like the only people who are watching.
I love engaging with people. I would love to have an active chat. I love talking to people. I love hearing their stories. I love sharing mine. Absolutely a social butterfly over here. I honestly would rather have a smaller view count and a more active chat, personally.
That high view count and small chat, sounds like you got some bots watching you, to be honest. I'm just saying if the disparity between your viewer count and your chat is that high, that's not a normal thing. That's not a good thing.
I don't think there was a literal number though.
I mean, I was just making up a general ratio as to not call out anyone. I don't want to be like 15 viewers to one person. I'm like, hey, that was me yesterday.
No. No, I would rather have, I don't know, like, I feel like a good balance is nice. Like, I would like to have people chatting, but I also don't mind having a bunch of people that just kind of like to have it on and lurk. So as long as I have a couple people chatting, then I'm pretty happy. But I mean, like I said, this is a job to me. I am trying to make money, shameless. So I do want people to watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is there is a weird pseudo contradiction there, right? And what I've told people who've commented on, like, oh my gosh, tFay, if you don't get too big because I want to be able to chat in your, and not have like a Speedy Gonzalez like running chat, right? For anyone who gets that reference, sorry for making you feel old.
Shut up. I came out to Looney Tunes not long ago.
So
you're not. That's not a deep dive. That's not a.
All right. Okay. Fine. All right. I just remember. All right. My point being that the best, what you ideally want is a shit ton of viewers, right? Like 100 viewers, and maybe like even like 10 to 20 people chatting. So you have a very casual chat, right? But like you have a lot of people watching you, that helps bring in new viewers. Because for those who don't know, with the way Twitch algorithm works, all right, and actually a lot of people don't know this, the more active viewers you have, it doesn't matter how many people are talking, the more active viewers you have at any time, the more likely you are going to be recommended to someone on Twitch. This is not YouTube.
That's why lurkers are so helpful and appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah, so like personally, and this is half my streams anyway, for those who've been in my streams, like I want all the lurkers. All right, if people want to just leave my stream on as lo-fi music while they're cleaning the house, and yes, that's what people tell me they do when they watch my stream, I'm like, I'm all for that, because if I have a bunch of viewers, even if they're not talking, that can at least help me find more people, and it's always exciting when you have someone new join your community.
Oh yeah. It's always fun to have like a new connection.
I don't know. What about you, Noctis? Do you believe in balance? I mean, well, do you want balance? Do you want all the people chatting? Do you just want a lot of people to be pro gamers?
Give me 100 viewers every time. Don't care if they chat. I'm going partner, baby. I'm going partner.
I'd like to get partner at some point. Yeah.
I just want those emotes.
I love an active chat. Like when people are in chat talking to me, I feel like I'm not wasting my time. Because like for personal take, like if I'm playing a video game and people aren't talking, why am I playing a video game online? Like the first 2 times I streamed, no one in chat, it was tough. God, that was tough. Like no one came in. I think Vixen did once to say hi, and that kind of like, all right, cool. As sad as that is, but it's like I can play a video game at any time. Like I would hope that my personality and I add enough to the video game that makes it worth watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your Pokemon impressions are just spot on.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah.
There was a video I watched recently that gave some tips on, the do's and do nots of being a streamer, and the person I watched said something I found should be common sense, but apparently is not. You are there to entertain your viewers. Your viewers are not supposed to entertain you.
That is true.
Like, that is on we need that on a shirt, or on like a sticker that you can buy at our merch store.
That sounds like a very good Luna Lounge brand sticker.
Yeah.
Coming soon to PandaBunnyStudios.com, our sponsor.
I mean, we
Yes.
do have a pretty great, you know, Luna Lounge sticker already that you can check out in the store. We will have links to the store if you're on YouTube down below in the description or in the chat. You could just say stickers or merch and get a link for that. Check out the sticker; it's lovely.
It is lovely.
Support the podcast.
But yeah,
I agree with the mentality. It's like you are there to entertain, but if you're getting no feedback, no interaction with people, what are you doing it for? Like honestly, here's what I would rather know. Would you rather have like 75 viewers and an active chat but make no money from it, or keep on working like you are? What matters more to you as a streamer? Because for me, the money I make is awesome, and I appreciate every dime, every penny, every bit that people throw in chat. I appreciate it. But if you give me that, or I always have an active chat, even when I'm doing stupid shit like playing Halo multiplayer, like that's really tempting.
yeah.
See,
No.
that's very interesting because some of like all right, like myself, I don't do another job at the moment. So if I don't make at least a certain minimum amount of money for streaming over a period of time, then I'll basically just have to stop because I'll have to, make money, right? So you could say, oh, if I have 200 viewers and no money income, that'll be great for like the 2 weeks that I can do that. And then I have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could also argue, why Twitch and the affiliate program and everything if it isn't the money in any way, I guess. Like if you're not there to make money at all, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because I have a full-time job. I work 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. usually, 5 nights a week. That's why I stream the hours I do. I have a short commute, at least 30 minutes. So even if I get home right away, it's 6:30 at night. That's without eating, that's without taking a shower. That's going into my room, taking off my work shirt, putting on a different shirt, coming in, hitting start stream. I like I don't know. I appreciate people in chat because that's what really makes it feel like it's worth it.
No, I get that. It was just a not trying to put my opinion in there. I was just curious. Your motivations, I guess.
Well,
Yeah. So tFay, like, what motivated you to stream?
well, to stream or to stream like a lot?
To stream a lot. Obviously,
things.
you're trying to make that money. We get it. Got to make that dollar. But no, like in general, like what got you streaming?
I remember
so
this.
I had I was basically I ended up during the summer pandemic when that was first starting, right? I did what almost everyone else did, start watching a lot of Twitch, right? And I ended up joining this community. I'm not going to name any names, but and then a bunch of us somehow it became a meme that a bunch of us just started streaming, right? I was not one of them, by the way, because I for many years did not want to be a streamer. I said no, no, no. When I built my computer, which is very expensive, by the way, I was asked, all right, what do you want to do? I was like, everything except streaming. And like, but what if you want to stream eventually? I'm like, nope, never going to want to stream. Does not matter. All right. And eventually a couple of my friends started, that was closer with started streaming, right? And to relate to the mod conversation, one of these streamers, by the way, literally modded every single person in his chat for fun. That lasted a good 5 minutes before he really regretted what he did. But that's besides the point. So he, I was like watching these my friends stream, right? And then I was like, well, they can't do this every day, and I want to, I want to be able to entertain them, right? So I was like, all right, I'll stream. Like on Twitch, I'm like, hell no. I'm gonna stream on Discord. You can watch me there. Why do I want to go on Twitch? You guys can watch me on you can watch me on Discord. That's all you need, right? And so I was streaming on Discord, right? And then I don't even remember who it was. Someone's like, you could just literally do this on Twitch. I'm like, ugh. But I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then they're all just like, let's all follow tFay on Twitch, even though he's never streamed before, to make him feel bad. All right. And so I basically got weird pre-leap treatment. Everyone's just following me. I was like, nope, never gonna stream. And then they all just kept following me. Right. And I was like, oh, fine. I'll stream.
You got
right?
bullied into streaming.
To the point, it was so unbelievable that I was streaming the very first time that the streamer who I mentioned before, well, I didn't say name, but like that first streamer that I joined the community of literally came into my stream and said, wait, is this a joke? Like, what are you actually streaming? Right? And like, they basically just kept all egging me on, like, oh, more streams and stuff like that. And then, I eventually got affiliate, and then it's like, oh my gosh, the roller coaster is like moving. And then I kind of got a bit obsessive. I was like, oh wait, if I'm streaming, I can like use art to make things look pretty. And and it just kind of spiraled from there. And then eventually,
The start of his addiction.
all right, I met my streaming mentor, all right, the great Noctis alum, and he was like, come child. All right,
you
join me and be a pro gaming family. And then I was
anything, you should say, I met this awesome gal named Vixen. We hit it off. We became good friends. And then she's like, hey, this is my dorky husband, Noctis. Hey, tFay, I love Cardcaptor Sakura. Wow, we should be good friends. And then I'm going to spend the next 6 months making fun of you for some reason. What the fuck? I don't know. And now that's how
Too. It's awesome.
I was trying to lead you into telling the story yourself. I don't want this to just be a me thing. There's two hosts, right? The stories are two people talking. So thank you for picking up that segue, obviously. All right, teamwork. I would say high five, but you've been literally leaving my PNG hanging for like this entire time.
Oh my god.
Okay, who hasn't touched my muscle yet? That's all I'm asking. Give it a little squeeze. You haven't given it one squeeze this entire time.
I will point out that there's a reason that the guest row is on the other side of the overlay.
Because you two like to molest each other?
Whoa. All right, you can write whatever fan fiction you want on your own time, all right? The fan fiction that we write on stream is completely, PG, all right? PG fanfic only.
Fade to black.
Wait, did LBO find heavy fan fiction of us? Weird. Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean,
No. I probably could.
Can you imagine if someone made an OnlyFans account where it's just fan fiction? There's no actual photos. It's just read fan fiction I wrote on my OnlyFans.
There might be.
Well,
Who knows?
Only fan fiction. Oh my god. $1 million idea.
oh my god.
You heard it first. All right, guys, the podcast is over. We're retiring the podcast. We're now going to open up onlyfanfiction.com.
Just start reading smutty books.
Oh my god.
Taking notes over here.
Yeah, with your non-taking notes emote.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Judge, let it be shown that Noctis and tFay came up with the idea at exactly 1 hour and 13 minutes into the podcast. Lila was shown afterwards taking notes.
And this is where we say, all of you who are watching on YouTube, you just went to check the timestamp to see if he was right. Because you just want to go to the comments and go, no, I can timestamp this video. It's 1 minute 12 seconds. What are you talking about? You're wrong. Oh my gosh. Because that's all people ever do. Anytime someone ever mentions the time, I wish I could say I was different. If someone says time in a video, you have to check to see if you could correct them.
And I just double checked. Only fanfiction.com is available.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh. Oh my gosh. It's just
Don't do this. Don't do
it's
this to yourself.
all right. Here's an
Wouldn't
interesting
that be a
question. Here's an interesting question. All right. Speaking of,
I'm
all
just
right.
gonna hydrate.
So for the new and the veteran, right? If you had to quit streaming right now and take whatever experience you learned from streaming and use that to try to get a job in any way, shape, or form, what job would that be? Obviously, me and Noctis are taking the fan fiction business, so you can't use that.
Something social networking.
Yeah, probably. Or I don't know.
I'm actually very good at promoting things and whatnot, and social media when I try.
Oh my gosh, I hate social.
And I've learned a lot more with Twitch, so that's probably what
I
I do.
literally started a Twitter account with absolutely no suggestions from Lila whatsoever. I started a Twitter account for my Twitch page. And oh my gosh, if I had $1 every time I saw someone talk about VTubing on Twitter, I could literally buy Noctis's fanfiction page.
Yeah, 10 times over. Oh my god. I've seen that a lot lately. Is give a shout out to your favorite PNG tuber that doesn't get any attention. I agree, that tweet, I've seen that a lot lately. Which, more power to him. That seems to be a big part of Twitch, is getting out there and using social media. Twitter seems to be one of the most popular ones. Do you guys see? So you said you use social media, Lila. What other ones do you use? Like Instagram, probably, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I don't really do a whole ton of advertising for my stream as much, though I should. But I advertise mostly for like the merch and whatnot, and my stream when I remember on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter mostly.
Okay, because the Daily Rose, lovely friend we all know and love. I seen her one time posted, I think, a clip of tFay to Reddit, which surprised me. I don't think I've seen anyone else in the community post to Reddit.
Can confirm I'm popular. I'm on Reddit.
Yeah, I actually had not considered Reddit.
Yeah, you don't have to be popular to be on Reddit, but okay.
Josh, don't take this away from me.
I plan on doing YouTube videos. I plan on doing I want to take highlights from my streams and my YouTube videos and make little TikToks of them. I have a Twitter. I have an Instagram. I have a Snapchat. I've got what's it called?
TikTok,
Brain.
TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace. God forbid if you're using MySpace to promote Twitch.
Tumblr. I've got a Tumblr.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, you know what? There might be an argument for MySpace. Who the fuck no other Twitch streamer uses it? Probably. There's probably a market there.
Does it exist still?
Yeah, MySpace still exists.
People have to follow you on MySpace, and they have to go on MySpace. If you say this message is going to be read by everyone on MySpace, but nobody's logging on to MySpace, it's still a dead message.
5 people on MySpace will see it.
Listen, it only takes 75 average viewers to get to partner. There has to be 75 people on MySpace
that are actively looking at it and following you and gonna click your link and then watch you.
Yeah, you post a Twitch link on MySpace, no one's gonna know what it is. They're gonna click on it out of pure curiosity.
All right, you know what? All right, here, challenge for everyone listening. Feel free to borrow my Twitch link, make a MySpace account dedicated to the podcast. If I ever see that you posted on MySpace and we have over 75 viewers, all right, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something crazy for you. Prove Noctis right. Prove it works.
Do a spicy mukbang, you know.
Oh my gosh, spicy mukbang.
I love spicy food. I will totally eat spicy food on stream. 100%.
So like back to YouTube. I think honestly, let's say you do Twitch and you enjoy it, but you're not finding a lot of success. I think if you started making small TikToks or YouTube compilation videos, that honest to God could get you in the door of like an actual job. Because
Yeah.
like this platform is blowing up, YouTube is blowing up.
Oh yeah.
To put your name out there as a video editor that does good work, I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
Someone will have to hire it.
I usually edit clips and put them on TikTok. Well, actually, most of my edited clips don't end up on TikTok. I need to work on that, but they do usually go on Twitter.
Oh
I
my
should do a YouTube.
I
really
can't.
should.
I can't do editing. It's already enough just for me to edit these podcast recordings to throw on YouTube. You know, shout outs to our YouTube channel. You know, go subscribe, share with your friends, like, subscribe, punch the notification bell, all those things.
Yep, share the link on MySpace. We got to get those
Share
numbers
the
up, baby.
link
I'm
on
telling you, I don't
MySpace.
think it's how that. I don't think that's how MySpace works.
I don't know. I missed MySpace by a mile, so I have no idea how it works.
You missed. Wait, you missed MySpace.
Yeah. Well, because like we didn't have internet really until we moved up to Montana, and by then MySpace was already on the door out, and
Gotcha.
then like girls at school were found like scantily clad on there, so
Oh my god.
parents freaking out. So yeah, I missed MySpace, and then Facebook came out. Okay, cool. So I have a Facebook, and I haven't looked at that in 2 years because Facebook is useless.
I think the only reason I touched Facebook recently was to change my relationship status to my current boyfriend.
Oh my gosh, I remember when that was a thing. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you changed your relationship status." That's like the most exciting news ever.
What does it complicated mean?
I mean, I still stand by that. You know, you put funny things like that in the stream title, and people are gonna come just to ask you what you mean by it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's flip this. Let's flip it. Put MySpace in your stream title and see how many people you get to come. That has to attract somebody.
Just put it's complicated. I don't want to talk about it in your stream title, and everyone's gonna come ask what's up. All right, it's gonna be just like the MySpace Facebook days where you make a status and you go, "My life is terrible. This is the worst day ever." What's wrong? I don't want to talk about it. But you just announced it as a status. Yes, but you don't want to say yes.
You hate it? Don't you hate it when a friend?
You don't want to talk about it.
It's clickbait. It's literally clickbait for streams. All right, guys. Someone do this. All right, someone do the research for me. All right. I can't.
I use puns for clickbait.
Oh my gosh! Someone just said they do that in the chat. Oh my gosh. Well, if it works, it works. You know, all the power to you.
It was what somebody suggested I do because people will either love the pun or hate it, and either way they're gonna click.
I stand by that. I've gotten good reception when I've made my stream titles really silly things like a light novel.
What do you mean by a light novel?
So for people in the weeby anime world, right? You know, you have novels of things that would be animes. They're usually inspirations for animes, but they're not like, you know, Tolkien's or Game of Thrones book that I never finished, right? They're usually like teen levels, right? They're usually called light novels. They're lighter novels. Now, the weird thing about anime light novels specifically is that they have the most nonsensical names, right?
Yep.
Like,
especially like when they're translated.
Yeah, so it could be like, you know, I went to a restaurant and found that the dessert was my mother.
Oh yeah.
Right, like that one anime was like pick up girls in a dungeon or some shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
my
I know
mental
you're talking
choices
about now.
My mental choices are completely interfering with my school romantic comedy.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is the best store in the Citadel. For all you
Oh.
Mass Effect players.
My God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Literally, the title for the stream I'm doing right now is podcast, not pod racing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's
Nice.
but you're quoting the wrong movie. No one's gonna want to watch for that movie.
I would. I like the prequels.
You
I'll-
like the
I'll-
prequels?
I'll,
you
Oh, God.
want to justify why metachlorians are
Look,
canon
this
and
could
not
take all
canon at
night.
the
all
same
right,
time?
you want to talk Star Wars? Listen, all
It
right.
could be a whole new
So-
podcast.
Okay, hold on.
This could be a whole episode.
Hold on.
I could
We
argue-
need to make this canon to the topic. All right, LadyBardOwl and Lila, as a veteran and a new streamer, what are your opinions of Star Wars? All right, there. Now it's officially canon. Not just go.
Wipe your hands. Don't say. What do you guys think of Star Wars? What do you each think of Star Wars?
Well,
I've
I love
always-
Star Wars.
I've always been more of a fantasy person. Sci-fi's never really been my bag that much. There are
you
some
could-
sci-fi
yeah.
things I love, but
You could.
if I had to choose between playing Skyrim or playing Knights of the Old Republic, I'm gonna go for Skyrim.
Oh, you just pissed
You-
off half the internet. They don't know why.
Yeah, you could insert the Star Wars is actually fantasy. Science fiction builds off the current science that we have now. Science fiction usually takes place in the future. Star Wars takes place in a galaxy far, far away, proving, therefore,
Oh
that it
my
takes place in the
gosh.
past.
Now you're gonna argue because someone wore a mask one time with some robes that were all tattered that it's steampunk as well. Like
Oh my
you could do that argument for any genre if you want to stretch it.
They are
All right.
space wizards with laser swords, all right?
This is
that sounds
like when
that's fantasy.
streamers
With
as-
a magical force.
Exactly. That penetrates
like-
us all, you know?
I like high fantasy shit, Final Fantasy style shit.
Okay. People just put categories on whatever they want because we apparently talk about categories in every podcast episode. You know, you'll have some people going like, "Oh yeah, I switched from just chatting to this game." I'm like, well, don't you want to change your category? I'm like, I mean, I'm talking to you guys, right? So I'm technically chatting. It's like just chatting. I just happen to be playing a game. So it counts, right? I'm not lying my category.
I make that argument. We're just chatting. We don't need to be talk shows and podcasts. We could be just chatting.
That's true.
I mean, I gotta
I
argue that
guess.
this is quickly turned to also arguing. Because someone dared to bash Knights of the Old Republic.
No, it's a good game. It's a great game. But
It sounds like you didn't play it. You didn't get it. That's obviously what it is.
You just didn't get it.
no. Knights of the Old Republic is a great game, but I would still rather play Dragon Age just because I'm more comfortable with medieval fantasy.
She took an arrow to the knee and then became addicted to fantasy. You know, it happens to all of us.
Vixen's the same way. She's more dragons than she is Star Wars. And I
Yeah.
love her. I still love her, but you know.
I like it all. Like I love Star Wars. By the way. Don't love the prequels, especially the first one, but I will not get into that.
Called it.
But I'm currently playing Mass Effect, but I was playing Dragon Age and I've played The Witcher 3 before. I
Okay.
just like fantasy and sci-fi.
Now, controversial opinion. If you're playing Mass Effect, which is objectively a science fiction, right?
Yeah.
Could say that everyone's
it's a space
fantasizing
opera.
about alien butts. Does that make it a fantasy?
It's a fantasy if you believe.
I've had fantasies with Garrus in it. What's your point?
I mean, I,
Garrus
I
is
can-
Bay, okay? Garrus is Bay. So is Thane.
okay, just as a reminder, I have not beaten any of those games, and I'm playing it for the first time. So
Yeah. So that. But have you met?
I know who
Garrus?
Garrus is. I do like Garrus so far.
Have you met Liara yet?
Yes, I also
Okay.
like Yara.
All right.
Yeah,
I will say, not to spoil anything, but playing the second game and seeing the characters that from the first game show up for that first time, you get so hyped. You're like, yes, someone I saved
It's
is
my
still
boy."
alive. He is
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the continuity between the quests in the world is so nice.
So good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing them all probably because I'm obsessed and I'm getting better at the fighting and whatnot mechanics. So
So are you
Here's
male shep or fem shep? I'm kind of curious.
fem.
fem.
It's
Hell
always
yes,
fem. All right, it's always
that's
fem.
canon. It's got to
Okay.
be fem. Fem canon. It should be canon in my book.
Even if for whatever reason you want to be the male shepherd, the femme shep just has an objectively better voice actress. Like,
she
no.
does. She's so good.
Oh, she's so good.
I love the way I designed mine as well. She looks so cool.
Is it so? Here's a fun question that I think might be a good topic for conversation. Is it weird to play an ethnicity different than the one you were born with?
That's. I feel. I'm white, so I'm gonna bow myself out of this one. tFay,
Yeah.
I'm white
our
too.
Asian lead.
I'm white too.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say that my PNG persona is literally a most likely white moon bunny female, and I'm definitely not that. So I'm gonna say represent yourself as whoever you want. Like, that's kind of like, to make this slightly related to streaming. You know, people with like, let's say VTubers, PNG tubers to be specific, who you don't see their face, right? But like, you know, their character is an opposite gender of who they are, and you might see people get angry at them, right? It's like, what? You're a guy, and let's assume for the sake of argument they're identifying their pronouns as he, him. All right? You're a guy and you have a female VTuber, all right? And then people get angry. It's like, what? Do you have to relate to the person that's, even if they're representing you, right? Whether it be a VTuber, PNG tuber, of the shepherd that you're playing in Mass Effect, all right? Like, just because they're a representation of you, do they have to represent you? And if they don't, are people allowed to get angry at that?
I don't know. I mean, people are allowed to get angry at whatever they get angry at.
I personally find people of darker skin tones to be gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So usually when I make a character in a video game that I can make them in, they're of a darker skin tone than me. Much darker. But I try to stay ethnically accurate as well with the character.
I'll be like, pretty much every character in every video game ever is a darker skin color than me. I am pale as the moon on a cloudless night. I glow.
Yeah,
My
I make
ring
all my
light is at
characters
the
pale,
lowest
too.
light setting because of how pale I am, okay?
Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't even have the ring light on.
So I will say, reading off arbitrary person from the chat, I think as long as you're not perpetuating negative stereotypes while portraying a character like, you're fine. Which I agree with, right? Like, if you want to make
Yeah.
yourself look like a girl and you're a guy, or vice versa, that's fine. If you want to be super thin or super fat, if you want to be, you know, super stereotypically ugly, super, you know, super beautiful, whatever. If you want to use this as like some weird representation fantasy, if you want to do something silly, you know, go nuts. Like,
It is a game. It's not like you are trying to pretend to be somebody else in real life.
Yeah.
Girls usually have better outfits and better haircuts.
I'm liking that games are slowly starting to have more person of color representation in their character creation.
I mean, you just gave me weird flashbacks to the cyberpunk, and we're just gonna put that in the closet right there.
Like, The Sims 4 has been doing this huge, like, overhaul of all of their, like, vanilla hairstyles because their afros looked like cotton candy. And
my
they're
God.
fixing that.
I mean, yeah, well, all right. On the flip side, though, sometimes I get like too many options can scare a lot of people. You know, like if you say, all right, here's Sims. What kind of hairstyle do you want? All right, what are my options? One of 52 hairstyles. Oh gosh. How many colors? Well, you have literally infinite colors. You have to pick the exact color code. Make sure you put it in 15 different forms. All right, and then you have to shape your nose. Will I ever look at it again? Probably not. You're probably gonna put on a silly mask. Oh gosh. Now I have to spend the next 5 hours trying to figure this out.
I love character creation. The more complex
too.
the character creation, the more I love it. I have mods for Skyrim where I can literally pull up a 3D model of the character's face and hand sculpt it. I love it so much.
That's
Okay.
a bit too much for me.
That is
But
very in
because
depth.
I get overwhelmed, but I do love a good character creator.
Oh, I love it. I love having sliders for every little thing. I love challenging myself to make believable looking people in Skyrim.
I feel like a
That-
lot of the
I-
times. All right, first of all, if you're using mods, that takes away half the challenge. Gonna throw that as a disclaimer there.
No,
And-
modified
Still
gameplay
looks
isn't harder at all. Randomizers actually make it more difficult.
Okay, that's a different theme. Okay,
Oh,
we
God.
can have that conversation at another episode. Okay. We don't want to go through all of our content. Guys, by the way, shameless shout out. If you want to be on an episode of the Luna Lounge like we have here, do hit us up. Either DM or in the Discord. We have a channel where like people just put in requests, and we kind of just choose people based on who we think would be a good combination for like any kind of themed episode that we have. We do have a few themed episodes coming up, which I won't reveal just yet, just in case schedules happen and they can't show up. Because gosh, do I hate like, hey, we're gonna have Lila and LadyBardOwl on the podcast, and suddenly they both can't show up. It's like, ooh.
Oh, we made them.
Sorry,
show
I
up.
can't show up.
I
I'm
mean,
not
Sorry,
I'm waiting
can't
for
show
it to
up either, I'm
happen.
sorry.
It's gonna happen at some point. All right, there's gonna be a day where we have guests and they cancel at the last second, and we have to be like, all right, we have to choose. Do we just
Like-
make it me and Noctis talking about his muscles for 30 minutes, or
I
do
can
we
get
bring?
the cam out. Say
Get
the
the cam-
word.
I mean, I was gonna say we could also bring back the K-pop revival tour of
God.
Backsplash Midriff. All right. I mean, people want it. People
Yeah.
want the comeback.
I believe it. I believe it.
I'm not gonna say what just went through my brain because it is so off color.
All right.
So what was the first game you guys played with a character creation? I'm kind of curious because for me, it was Tony Hawk's Underground.
What? Oh, jeez, what was it? I don't even
First
remember.
Game?
Was it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
All
Probably
right,
the Sims.
let's actually put it this way. All right. Are you comfortable streaming character creation? And hear me out before you answer, because personally, I could spend so long in character creation, but I hate streaming it because I always feel like I'm taking too long, and that I have to just rush. And like, I'm like, who wants to watch me choose between nose pixel sizes for like the next half hour? Right? It's not like, all right, I made a character and like I'm good.
I
mean,
actually have dedicated an entire
Wow.
stream just for showing off character creation, especially for Skyrim mods. Because I will sit there and talk about my process as I'm doing it. I have a very methodical process about creating my characters, and sometimes I will pull up a reference photo and try to make my Skyrim character look like that photo and challenge myself that way. And then I'll have my chat engage with me on that. I've had people suggest you should move the nose this way, or you should choose a different eye color, or things like that. And I will follow their suggestions.
No, I guess that works.
Yeah, I mean, I have never really done that much of an in-depth character creation, but I had one stream where I was like, I panicked and I was like, I don't want to take too long. And then I was like, no, this is a game that has a character creator. I'm going to take my time and make my character. And
As
if
you
people
should.
don't want to watch it, I mean, oh
Yeah,
well.
Well, 'cause, like,
no, Noctis, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say what this reminded me of. Someone community's familiar with Mikey. I met him when he was playing XCOM, and what he would do is people in chat he would design a character around, and pretty much everyone would sit there and take turns letting him design a character for them, and I thought that was really cool. I thought it was a really neat touch, and it like I thought that was cool interaction with your chat.
I've seen. I was gonna say Nerdy Birdie was creating characters on this, or not characters. Well, creating Sims for characters from people in stream. So similar ideas. I think that is really cool. It can be a cool way to interact with your community.
See, I cannot talk to people when I'm trying to be creative, right? Like, so I literally, and I mean very much literally, spent all day working on art stuff and other creative aspects of my stream. And you know what I would be like if I was to stream it? No. Just hit left 2 times. Hit right 2 times. All right. Spin around. And I'll just be like ignoring chat like the entire time. Like, if you guys want to watch me literally not make any visual progress, but in my mind I'm like, no. It's like the most boring thing to watch. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm not putting people through that. And then you're gonna watch this
like That sounds like a fun community challenge for you, tFay.
It does.
Art stream, and you have to do art the entire time. Doesn't matter what you do, but you have to do art.
Oh my gosh! But people, you guys want to like see me make one of my like crazy overlays with like 15 different functions? I wish I could stream. I guess I probably could with the right captures. No, I was gonna say I wanted to stream my like if you guys could see how many scenes like and sources I have in my OBS, it might scare some of you.
Because that though, you could capture the screen.
Yeah, I was like, I could capture. I mean, if that's something you guys want to do, I could definitely also, for the sake of podcast logic, I could definitely stream that and then talk about my experiences on the podcast. If you want to see what goes into my thought process when it comes to completely extra overlay editing.
I'd like to see
what?
I'd like to see a tFay cribs episode where instead of talking about your room, you just talk about your OBS setup.
My
hey
OBS
guys,
setup.
tFay, welcome to OBS. I'm gonna show you my scenes. Check this out, all right?
I'll be honest.
But why do I have to talk like that when I'm showing my crib, Noctis?
Because that's how so many of them talked.
Is that actually? I never watched crib. I never watched crib tours. Is that actually how they talk?
Yeah, maybe you should watch
100%
that as well.
hype all the time. 100%
all right,
hype.
all right.
Yeah, be very
I'm gonna say
excited about it.
spoiler, guys. All right, something that I do, and this is something that every time I say, "Show me your OBS," and someone shows me their OBS, they don't do this, and it makes me want to punch them. Lock your sources.
Yes, lock them.
Oh my gosh! Everyone's I'm like trying to help someone design an overlay, and they're like, "Oops, I actually moved this. I'm like, why is that not locked? I don't know. I just left it there. But like, how do you grab it? I just keep clicking.
How the frick do you lock your sources?
If you have sources that are linked together, like a frame around a picture or something
like that. You know what? I'll schedule it. All right.
Together.
I will schedule. All right. I'm going to schedule. I will do this. All right. Especially because Lila doesn't even know how to lock things. Now this is just angering me. All right.
I'm sure I can figure it out. I didn't know you could do. I just didn't know you could do that.
I will go through an overlay design class stream thing, and then we'll talk about it in a future episode.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
To be honest.
Yes.
I'm
always willing to learn more shit. I never profess to be an expert at anything.
I mean, obviously, I've been doing this for a year, and I didn't know you could lock your sources. So you know.
I didn't either, Lila. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Once you learn how to lock sources and design an overlay, then you have the advanced techniques of using a stream deck with timers to create multifunctions to change how your overlay looks with the push of a button. Then you have to figure out how to layer them so that way things don't interfere with each other when you push the buttons. And then you're getting into real fun stuff.
I mean, I have some buttons that do things.
My stuff is all very minimalistic right now. I'm a minimalist person to begin with, so like I don't know if I need all that.
I mean, you know, I actually used to think that. I legitimately, and this is not bashing a minimalist for the record, but I literally thought I didn't need all that until I started getting good at it. And I like I can't draw, right? I can't draw, I can't do art, you know, all that stuff. But I am weirdly good at creating like combinations of like art and editing my art to make fun overlays. Like, I super love that. For anyone, you know, in the live chat, stick around to after the podcast. I can actually show you some stuff that I've been doing all day.
Nice.
Oh my.
I sure haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Me
people
neither.
definitely haven't been like ranting to people about how much things like aren't working all day.
Yeet.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. Well, we did do this last time, but I do want to do this. Are there any questions from the live chat? Hashtag if you want to, you know, you listen to this off stream and you want to be in the live chat for times like this, you know, come into the live chat when I'm live. You know, are there any
See,
questions you have for
live.
us, our guests?
That's a pro streamer move there, where we're not only trying to attract Twitch to YouTube, reverse that, bring the YouTube to Twitch. You know what we're also gonna do? Hey, MySpace people, you know what?
Oh my
It's
God,
probably not
no.
great for you guys right now. Why don't you come over to Twitch and enjoy the live chat with us?
I still don't think that's how MySpace works.
I don't know how MySpace works.
All right. Let's test this. Yo, Justin TV people.
Oh
All
my
right?
God.
How? Let's
Old.
see how many veterans we have here. Really.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Are there any interesting questions that you guys have in the live chats? Do any of our guests have any questions that they wanted to ask us? Feel free to bring up your own questions. I don't know if you came in and want to know something. Apparently, everyone wants to see how I use OBS and design overlays. So great. I clearly don't have a busy enough schedule. I got to fit that in now.
I'm making a community goal.
You did it to yourself, my dude.
No,
I
make it
told
a
you make it a
community-
community goal.
Make it a
make it a
community. What does
community
making it a community goal do? It's just gonna be meta that I have to put in my schedule.
Okay,
The only
yeah,
difference is
I can put it in
the
your
only
schedule.
difference
Like
is
right
I
now, just
lit-
assume that people are gonna fill it, and
All right, you
schedule
know what?
it out.
All right. Here, let's do. Well, I currently have an art giveaway in the community goal right now. So when that is complete, we will start. We will start a giveaway for a tFay teaches how to make an overlay channel award. So you know, shameless plug for that. Go ahead and
Nice.
throw all your points in there if you really want me to teach you how to make overlays.
Also, if you just want to win the art giveaway like I do
Or that.
Yeah, that's right.
and want it to happen.
Get all the art.
There is
Get all the
a
art.
shameless plug for the Nadsand giveaway.
Yeah,
in the
which
Discord.
yeah, we actually
tomorrow.
do have a giveaway right now, which ends tomorrow. So
Wait,
if
I
you
don't know if
haven't
I-
entered that giveaway, you
Can I
have
enter that
about
one?
12 hours to enter. Basically, when I wake up, I'm closing the entries. So if you're listening to this
Oh,
live
yeah. I
and you
sure
want to
did
enter, for the record, this is the artist who literally made my PNG art that you're literally looking at. So if this art interests you,
I want it.
how do you enter? Well, if you're watching this live, go to the Discord, and you're going to see a channel called Nad Art Giveaway. And there's going to be instructions there for you to follow. And if you're listening to this after the podcast was live, it's probably too late. So feel free to come and contribute for the next giveaway.
It's probably too late.
And if you don't know what Discord is, get Banana to teach you.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
Who says people here in the podcast will be looking at your PNG? You know what? That is a fair point.
Well,
Well, if
there's
you're
a
lis-
very lovely PNG.
Just
So,
imagine, just
pretend you know.
imagine, you know, sublime beauty, the epic brushstrokes, just Noctis caressing his own arm, you know, just the
PB,
lovely
not-
art.
not-
What's that? PB, our lovely sponsor, Panna Buddy Studios, that everyone should totally check out. Did I just make this a shameless plug? Yes, I did. Hashtag
Wow,
shameless
we have-
plug.
all of our PNGs were designed by different people. That's funny.
I mean,
Uh,
LadyBardOwl was literally designed by you.
What? I designed stuff like that in overlay? Shameless plug? Took you long enough. I cast it out. I was waiting for it. You bit. Thank you. Thank you for the fishing.
I did
my
edit
God.
the eyes on it.
This is true. This is
Very
true. So now LadyBardOwl will see. This is how Noctis teaches you to be a pro gamer, right? He gives you he does a lot of the work for you. He gives you the foundation, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna do everything for you, right? You have to do it yourself, right? And then say, he guides you. He is that pro gamer. He's that pro gamer sensei, as it were, that really teaches you how episode 1 of Star Wars is not that great.
Fuck
Yeah,
you. That's
that
it.
sounds right.
It's PG-13 now. We got our one F word out there.
PNG-13 hashtag puns.
Are we sure that I haven't said one? Because I might have.
I've said a couple, definitely. I
definitely think
without noticing it.
I
I'm
definitely
so
think that
sorry.
this video is not going to be monetized on YouTube. I think I could save that with high certainty.
I'm so sorry.
Whoa. See, LadyBardOwl was doing that earlier. You can't doubt yourself, tFay, all right? Confidence. You're
I
not
know for a fact I've dropped F-bombs.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're
Not
right.
there yet, but
I
get
am
there.
confident that next week's episode is going to be even slightly equal to and or more or less good than this one. So
You
you
could always,
definitely should check that episode too.
You can
That's
always
like my
use
level of
cute,
confidence.
you can always use cute sounds to block out the cuss words. Like when I start making YouTube videos, I'm gonna block out all my cuss words with owl sounds.
I mean, at least as of right now, I'm really not expecting these videos to be monetized on YouTube. That I really need that. But these like 2-hour-long YouTube videos posted once a week.
Do you realize how many people upload like 6-hour videos to YouTube? Like,
Yeah.
ours aren't too long.
I'm
Sometimes I'll listen to a
fully
podcast.
aware.
Just because I need a human voice in my ear.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're relying on monetization for those videos.
I mean,
Big
you
difference.
invited me, so I think you knew.
Yeah, if we can't make the 5 cents off of ads on YouTube, what are we even doing here? You know.
Which is why, go ahead and check out our Patreon. We obviously don't.
I need to make one of those.
If you're gonna ask, no, we don't have a Patreon. Though that if you guys really want us to have a Patreon where you want to come up with fun rewards like tFay's overlay class, which might end up being a Patreon reward. What? Follow us on Patreon?
You didn't want me to set up the Patreon earlier? I thought we were serious about that.
What? You mean that it's definitely not gonna be in the description? I actually have no idea if it's gonna be in the description, but if it is gonna be on the description, look in the description and see if it's there. And if it's there, go check it out. And if it's not there, go tell us what you want to be on the Patreon, because that's probably the only reason that it doesn't exist yet. We will give all right, you know what? Tier 1 Patreon award, we'll give you videos without cursing. We'll edit the videos
without a with.
That is
without. The
perfect.
cursed versions will be on YouTube, and the non-cursed versions will be on Patreon. That's clearly good Patreon strats.
So worth it. So worth it for whatever that cost
also
is.
The conversation after this, where we argue about the prequels for an hour. That's exclusive to our Patreon.
An hour? I think it could go longer.
Oh yeah, it could definitely go longer.
All right. Here's the real question though. Do we need to have a themed episode, which basically has nothing to do with streaming and has everything to do with breaking on streamers and arguing about our shit takes on things?
Oh man.
I mean, I'm always happy to debate.
Yeah.
Because I know some people who are gonna have many shit take opinions that might be very
pizza is
triggering.
better than New York style pizza.
First of all, I'm going to throw your trashy taste at your face. All right, I'm gonna edit this so there's a trash can over your
Wait,
PNG?
Oh, real? What? Your New York style pizza? Oh yeah, I'm real scared of your piece of pizza with a little bit of or piece of paper there with a little bit of pizza sauce on it. Oh my god, I'm shaking in my boots.
What, your deep dish pizza, which is basically literally a pie and is no longer even pizza? All right, you can just literally take a pie and just fill it with tomato sauce. Bam, deep dish pizza.
Okay, so when you eat your
But
New York style
means
pizza,
pie
how
in
do you know you're
Italian.
actually eating the pizza and not just the cardboard that it came on? I'm just curious. I need some help here.
You need to. Oh my gosh, this is good. This is very dangerous territory. All right, guys. All right. Before this turns into another entire episode on pizza, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start closing up the episode. Here, let's start going to closing remarks because that's a very dangerous segue to start.
Scheiße.
All right. So first of all,
Better block
Yeah.
that out for the
First of all,
Patreon.
everyone watching us right now, thank you so much for watching. Lila and LadyBardOwl, thank you so much for being the amazing guests that you are. All right, we don't deserve you guys. Hope to see you guys again.
Never.
Wow,
Wow.
wow.
No,
Yeah.
I'm willing to come back anytime, honestly.
JK.
If I had any editing skills, my PNG would be crying right now.
Yeah, there's Lila's confidence for you.
Did this podcast bring me confidence? Magic.
man.
Apparently. Hey, Lila, we'd love to have you back on. Fuck you, I'm out. Oh, all right. There you go. There's Lila's.
I mean, time for our
No,
crypt
but,
tour. You
you know.
know.
I would love, I would love to come back if you will have me for, future episodes.
Yeah, I mean, guy, we do need lots of episodes. If you're live, do check out our guests. Links are going to be thrown in the chat. We will also be throwing them in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, those links will be there. So be sure to check out the description. Next week, I do want to double check, but we do have confirmation. They at least say that they want to be on. So assuming schedules don't go out the window, next week we will be talking to non-affiliates, and we're going to be talking about people who aren't affiliate yet and their views on things and why New York pizza is the best pizza. And get out of here, Noctis, with your shit opinions.
If you have no taste buds, yeah, that's pretty good pizza.
Pizza's just good.
I was gonna say I just like pizza.
Well,
Yeah, I just know pizza is a hot topic, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to stir up those views.
stirring up the views. All right.
Stir the
So
pot
I'm
a little
gonna
bit.
end with this. All right. If you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify and you want to find out if me and Noctis end up breaking up the Little Lounge podcast over pizza, be sure to tune in next week. See ya.